Thank you, Program Director, ministers, both from the Planning Commission or under the Presidency, and my boss, Minister Karen, ladies and gentlemen, that includes Parliament and the Board of NEMISA. Allow me to greet you first in the name of the Lord I serve. But I want to tell you one thing, that whilst I am standing here as the Deputy Minister of Communication, I take pride in the fact that I am a South African first. Not just a South African, but a young woman in our country that got an opportunity to be amongst the people of your caliber. It has been a learning journey, and indeed, I'm proud to be part of you. Doesn't matter where I go, but one thing that I always tell others is that I will always be part of this family, because that's what I have learned in the ICT sector. That it is not something that you can put there as a standalone. It just works like love or HIV. You know why I say HIV? Because you can do everything, but if you don't take care of it, it will forever be there and threaten whatever joy that you have. Therefore, it is important that whatever you do, you mainstream it in your daily life, that there is this thing that called HIV. Whether you will work towards ensuring that you stay from it, or if you're living with it, you're going to manage it properly, because it's going to be there. So that's what ICTs are, because they enable us to be able to do our jobs wherever we are, whether we're teachers, engineers, and whatever things or professions that we come from. They are there simply because they have to help us to do our jobs effectively and efficiently. That is why, ladies and gentlemen, we saw it befitting that whilst we have the E-Skills Institute in the department, and we have NEMISA, which was our training institute in terms of broadcasting, it is high time that we merge the two together. We sat down and said, well, now as the country, we have a guiding document, the National Development Plan, that everybody refers to. Then what is our role in ensuring that that NDP does not only become something good on paper? How do we then ensure that we make the usual business unusual? We therefore said, there's skills shortage everywhere we go to. Now it is our time, as the leader of ICTs in the country, Department of Communications, to make sure that we play our part. We merged the two institutions, actually three, including ISA, and came up with what we are formally launching today. What does that mean, therefore, to an ordinary person out there on the streets? As I said, ICTs are enablers to everything that we do. Therefore, it means, as President Zuma declared in all his State of the Nation, that education is an apex priority. It means we have to study until we die. The reason why we do that is because we understand the fastest pace that technology moves with. If we are slow, or we tend to move like an elephant, we will miss out. Recent studies have shown us that as a country we haven't done much. This therefore poses a challenge to this institute. That how do we then work together to make sure that we develop an e-readiness program, so that we can be able to provide or build an information society that will take us to the knowledge-based economy. Why do we have to do that? Because we have learned from other countries internationally and in Africa that without information, it is very rare that one will be able to progress. This therefore means that even in the BRICS that we're part of, we will not be able to play the part that we're supposed to play. We will simply be beneficiaries of whatever has been manufactured or created by somebody else. Now, as the new kids on the block in terms of the BRICS, we are saying, South Africa, take your position. Tata Tambo wants vision, that he wants to see South Africa living in peace with its neighboring countries. Not only living in peace, but providing direction in terms of economic growth, and therefore leading the continent to better heights. It is now our opportunity to ensure that we hold by hands those that were not there when that political freedom was achieved. But let us mainstream them in the fight against poverty. Our only way and hope for South Africans to be able to achieve economic freedom is when we empower them with skills. And when you talk about that, I have already said, it is critical that we talk e-skills. That is why we are here today, to ensure that we bridge the gap that is there. So many measures have been employed to address the challenges that we're facing, be it by government, civil society, business, and whoever that is out there. But we still experience challenges. We experience challenges in terms of efficiency in how we do things in government. We experience challenges in terms of education. Let us play our part. We are bringing to you a technology that will give you an opportunity wherever you are, for as long as we roll out broadband to everybody, Minister, you will be able to get information at the tip of your hands. Because we will also be offering online courses. We have agreed that whilst we are mapping out a clear strategy for the country, we are not going to do that as individuals. It is our responsibility to work together with everybody that is out there. That is why today we are seated with everybody that we have. We have government, we have everybody here. Because we realize that it is high time that we work towards complementing each other for the benefit of our country and thereof ourselves as individuals. If we tend to compete, then it means we will never achieve what we have to achieve. Minister Manuel, I always inform the private sector that I work with in terms of the partnerships, that the only thing you need to do as private sector, as much as you are focusing on the profits, is to make my voters happy. How you make my voters happy is that you bring, ICTs are focused on 3 A's. That's the critical thing in ICTs. Your availability, accessibility, and affordability. You might have the beautiful devices wherever you are or information, but if our people can't be able to access that, it is of no use. But if you avail it at an affordable rate, believe you, we will make sure as government that they are able to access it. And when they access it, it means more money to you. That's why we urge everybody to come on board. Share whatever you can share with us as the department and this skills institute that we're launching. We cannot know everything as a department, but you are there to teach us. When we used to be in Costas, I don't know what happened, Mr. Emmanuel, again. There was a slogan that each one teach one. Nobody ever picked up that's a grammatical error. It's supposed to be each one teaches one. Everybody goes each one teach one. But all we are saying is join us in the revolution in ICTs. To all young people and parents out there, we are saying it is now your time to Google yourselves out of poverty. Let us make sure that we utilize the information that government and others are bringing to us for the development of our country. Let us join hands in reversing whatever seeks to undermine the good work that has been done by those that came to us. Honorable, my apologies. Well, I said Honorable Minister. Ladies and gentlemen, well, I was in Parliament, so you have to forgive me for that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is an opportunity that we are presenting to you. Amongst ourselves here, there is a special young person that has done or made sure that through the information that we have given to her, she makes the best and becomes a better person in the country. Her name is Stella. She used to study in NEMISA, our training institute. Remember I said we met in NEMISA, ISA, and the Skills Institute. She majored in TV production, Minister Karen. I would like to congratulate her, because she has done much in innovation. We will be showcasing you what she has done. Indeed, as the department, we are proud to say, in the little time that you have given us an opportunity to serve you, from 1994 to now, at least we can highlight few things. Now I invite you to share the good story that you have achieved with others. But make sure that as you share the story, you tell it as is. From 1994 up to today, we know that many people have been able to access the use of mobile phones. The earlier speakers mentioned that. But what is most important is the way we have tried, although we have not covered everybody, to roll out infrastructure. Recently, we launched a broadband policy because we are committed in ensuring that that right that you are entitled to in the Constitution, which is the right to information, is granted to you by government and nobody else. Minister launched the broadband policy, which we call SA Connect or South Africa Connect. Again, when we do that, we're calling upon yourselves to join us, whether we'll be deploying infrastructure or being the users of the infrastructure that is there. We have a responsibility to create demand so that others can go home happy. Whilst we are creating demand again, it is important that we also become part of the manufacturers, which means the actual service deliverers. If we talk of applications and systems that are there, let us be the ones that drive that agenda. It cannot be correct that all the time we talk of the software that we're talking about, we must go to some funny country, take those applications, and then we use them in our country. It's fine because we are part of the global world, but we are saying let's showcase what we have. We are known to be a country that stands for what it believes in. We are known to be a country that has lots of power in it. It has been showcased. That is why everybody, when you go abroad, talks about South Africa and they think about Nelson Mandela, that has been born here, which means the water that he drank from, the food that he ate, comes from the same soil that we come from. Therefore, we are able to become better Nelson Mandelas of our generation. Ours is to ensure that we just perfect the skills that we have been given. Ladies and gentlemen, Dada Nelson Mandela once said, and I quote, "It always seems impossible until it's done." There are countless opportunities available to young people for meaningful participation, not just for us to browse through iPads, receive whatever, but as I said, to become innovators and be creative. Let us ensure that we take the fall of this revolution. As the Department of Communications, we are committed to positioning our country as a global leader in the development and use of information and communication technologies for socio-economic development. We're committed to building youth who will have the requisite skills to participate in the global knowledge and information economy that will deliver us to economic freedom. Thank you.